We've got a guy called Kundapa. It was his birthday yesterday, and he's the master. He's sort of he saved me a lot of hard work in the nets as well. But certainly, he's taught me the right technique for throwing as well. So he's been a big help for us.
How do you go, mate? Can you swing it?
Yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy working hard with the boys, getting a good sweat up. But Kundapa, he's a master with the stick.
Just a quick one before you go. Tony's used up 3 overs from Chahar and 3 from Curran. Does that worry you a little bit? Who's going to bowl the bowlers at the back end?
No, not really. We generally try and use those guys up front if there's a little bit of movement there. I thought Sam Curran was absolutely superb in the power play today. And then he's got one left at the death, but I guess Bravo will probably have to do most of that work at the death. Shardul can do a little bit as well. So I think he's pretty clear in how he wants to go about it. And those guys, generally pretty good executing at the death.
Huge, mate.
You like it there?
Absolutely.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much as well to Michael Hussey. Always good fun. And Nikhil, thank you very much. The questions, and you could get someone like Michael Hussey to answer that. Remember at An Academy hashtag Ask the Experts. So we get a real expert to answer instead of us. I didn't say that because Fish is glaring at me.
The producer said it.
Oh, there's a 4th wide in the over. It must be demoralizing for an expert commentator. The producer says we asked a proper expert.
I almost downed my tools. We should all be out of here. It's just, we can't work
in a couple of days. Oh, the voice in my ear. We got a proper expert to answer that.
And you can see what Bravo's doing, trying to bowl across wide of Dubé into the big side of the ground.
4 wides, but still only 6 of the over. It's a really well bowled over when the radar was right. 6 of the over, it's 87 for 2.
ਇਹ ਵਿਆਹ ਜੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਚ ਤਰਿਆ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਬੈਂਕ ਚੋਂ ਮੰਜੇ ਬਿਸਤਰੇ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਰੌਣਕਾਂ ਲੱਗਣੀਆਂ ਥੀਆਂ
ਇਹ ਮੰਜੇ ਬਿਸਤਰੇ ਤਾਂ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਹੀ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਪਰ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਚ
ਕਦੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਦਾਰੂ ਦੀ ਭੱਠੀ ਲਾ ਲਓ ਕਦੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਭੰਗ ਦੇ ਪਕੌੜੇ ਤਲ ਲਓ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵਿਆਹ ਕਰਨੇ ਕਿ ਨਸ਼ੇ
ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਨਸ਼ੇ ਹੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਬਹੁਤ
ਚੰਗਾ ਜੀ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ
बाहर जाएगा उसमें किसके जाता
Jadeja.
Oh, yeah. Oh, beauty. Is that the match there from And is that because he's got a drier ball after the 6 that this one's really gripped and turned? Whatever it is, this is one of the moments.
Or the upstomp's most valuable asset of the match. That ball from Ravi today, quality player in Josh Butler, who was threatening to take the game away from the Chennai Super Kings. That is beautiful. From Ravi Jadeja. Butler goes for 49. It is now 87 for 3.
इधर आ जा
Right, here comes Miller. David Miller runs behind him. Got a job to do. Stroked beautifully for the Chennai Super Kings. This wicket at just the right time. First ball. Now, it's a great ball, but do you raise the point last over? The 6 that Butler hit resulted in a different ball, which is probably drier.
Yeah, able to hold on a bit more, but he's missed it by a week.
That surprised me. that there were at least 3 or 4 inches between ball and the edge of the bat.
Bravo gets a foot in. So we've seen Bravo the sprinter. Bravo sticking that right foot out. He ran a bit like out of Bolden, didn't he, towards the end?
The turn will encourage Moeen Ali. We're going to see Moeen Ali next over, I'm sure, because the 2 left-handers are now at the crease and Butler's gone. David Miller, fine player, starting to find some form in the last 2.5, 3 months as well. Might have some issues with off-spin next up.
It's given eventually by the umpire, Simon. Now they're going to refer it here.
Shivam Dubey. Is he going to refer it or not? Miller is, in time or not? Just in time, only just. I thought it was hitting leg stump first up.
Stand by. TV umpire to director. We have a player review for LBW given out. It's a fair delivery. Please start with the spin vision. Okay, just rock and roll. Okay, looks like it has missed the bat. Still, give me the ultra edge. Flat line. Okay, please go to ball tracking when you are ready. No bat involved. Pitching outside off, impact, umpire's call. Wickets hitting over to on-field umpire. Paul, please stay with your original decision.
Well, so Paul Rifle is right on his 55th birthday. He's given a right decision. So 90 for 4 now after 12, and Dubey's got to go for 17 of 20 balls. And now 99 of 8 overs, and the losing batsman, other Rajasthan boys, Dubey 17.
Watch Vivo IPL live on Hotstar.
Moeen Ali comes into the attack now. That's for the first time, and Dhoni will have confidence bringing him in at this point. Jadeja, hasn't he dragged it back? Butler was getting hold of him, and he's got figures now, 3 overs, 2 for 25. Dubey just didn't make a stride. If he'd come out at the ball more, he would have been outside the line of off stump. And so that challenge would have been a success for him. But even the wickets, Sonny, of Josh Butler, for some reason he played back. I mean, he missed it by a mile, but he played back in his crease.
Often what happens with Jadeja is because his trajectory is such a quick trajectory, people tend to think that it's a quicker delivery, it's going to be short, so they go back. You get just a little bit of turn.
Well, it's this phase, around 11 to 14 overs. We'll have a look at that required rate. If they don't keep up with it or get close to it, you watch how it flies skyward. And you cannot rely on a win like they had the other night with Miller coming out, playing the role he did. And then it was Munro who smashed it to victory. Morris, I should say. So there will be a panic late in the piece.
Yes, they'll need David Miller to play a capital innings once again. There it is. The man who took them to a win the other day, Chris Morris.
Worth a shout. Certainly worth a shout. And not surprising to see the figure go up.
We've got a review left, but he's not taking it. And this has been some collapse now. 3 wickets in the last 5 runs.
Did he shuffle across towards his off stump and then attempt to clear it? No, he didn't. Ooh, struck outside the line of the off stump. It looks like from here. And Purinder Sharma raising his finger to give Moeen Ali a wicket. 2 to David Miller, 92 for 5.
Yeah, middle center, right? Slightly. Next one.
I'll tell you what, as a turnstile at the moment, 3 for 87, 4 for 90, 5 for 92. Tuadia gets an opportunity to pull off something miraculous like we saw in Sharjah last year. Haven't seen it yet. Farad, he's a muscle player. At the moment, Asha.
I guess, lads, if you have to remember miracles, you're already in trouble. It's 92 for 5.
एक पुत्र का अतुल्य पितृ प्रेम, एक पत्नी का अनुपम स्नेह और एक सेवक की संपूर्ण श्रद्धा अब हर दिल में समाएगी रामानंद सागर द्वारा निर्मित विश्व का सबसे बड़ा शो रामायण,
now streaming on Hotstar.
Needs to be able to bowl. The left arm orthodox Jadeja, his 4th over, 2 for 25, only 6 dot balls in that. But because I think this ball is not as wet, it's a big factor, Harsha. The ball is drier, therefore it's turning, it's gripping, it's making batting and facing it really difficult.
It's the last ball of the previous over. Probably just missing leg. Oh, it's interesting what Dhoni said. We picked it up on the stump, Mike. When Butler hit the 6 that cleared the boundary ropes, they had to change the ball, but it was a no ball. And when Jadeja came in to bowl the no ball, he said, dry ball, little turn, dry ball, little turn.
Good strike rate, 132. He's going to eat all of that. As I mentioned, you look at that required rate now, it's up over 14. And there are dot balls coming. Required rate is going up and up.
And every dot ball's going to take it only higher. Hit along. Do they have somebody who can hit the big sixes? That is the question. We've seen Tewatia do it in Sharjah. That was a small boundary. This is the decision, impact in line. So it's a very good decision by the umpire.
To keep that point before we end, lads. Ever since that 6, 3 wickets for 14.
Yeah, and then it just turns on its head. Turns on its head, and we've seen mainly the side chasing win here at Wankhede. And at the moment, they can't feel how they're going to break it. Farag is going to have to take a calculated risk. One of them is going to have to take a calculated risk to get themselves going. And at the moment, CSK are a rash. 95 for 5. To get to 188. And a That was Duplessis, the highest scorer as the opener, 33. He muscled it. And so does Parag. He muscles it. But he muscles it straight to the fielder in the deep, the longer boundary. And there's the man who you cannot keep out of the game, Jadeja.
Well, that's a long boundary, isn't it? Another simple catch. Parag, we've seen, can hit the long ball, but not this time around. Didn't get anything into the shot. You can see that. It's again probably off the bottom end of the bat, not quite out the middle. To miss a catch. Dream 11 game changer of the match. Ravindra Jadeja. 95 for 6. Parag's gone for 3.
What is going on out there? Here's Morris. So Moeen Ali has got figures of 2 for 1. As Parag, I said there needed to be a calculated risk. Get something to fire them up, feel like they can get these runs. Morris has done the same thing. Oh dear. He did not have to move again.
Before this game started, spin had taken 4. 3 for 1, Moeen Ali at the 1K there.
Exactly what's going on. You want to be facing spin out there. So he's gone with the turn. He's thinking, I've got an offie coming into me. I'll go with it. That's where I was clunking the sixes the other day to victory. But he has really mishit that one. And they're coming very quickly now for CSK. 95 for 7. Cut out there, and I don't think he can believe the situation after Josh Butler. The way he was going, there were moments in this run chase where you thought they were right on track. In fact, they were level pegging. And the discrepancy now is huge. So how do they play it from here?
What did they say? Hang on, 93 of 32. There's no way we're going to get these. Even Morris, who could have taken us there, is gone. David Tewatia and Unatkar. Did they say, hang on, we've seen 2 successive IPLs decided on the last day on net run rate. Let's try and get. It'll mean the game isn't as thrilling, but tactically it might be better.
Well, maybe that's the plan. He's pushing one there to Aria. Incredible. This is very different, isn't it? Run chasing here can be a lot easier than setting the pace. Mix-ups everywhere. CSK are absolutely loving it at the moment out there at 97 for 7.
मर्डर रात में होता है या सारे पहले पहुंच जाते हैं?
ये मर्डर है सुसाइड?
अरे होमवर्क करके आइए, मर्डर है, नौकर मार के भाग गया है।
दाल में कुछ काला नहीं तो निराला तो जरूर है।
Talwar. Watch this movie now streaming on Hotstar.
Well, how quickly does that required rate go up? It's 18.4 from this moment, and Rajasthan Royals are gone. It's just whether they try and play the remaining overs out for the net run rate you talk about, which comes into play late in the piece.
That's 87 for 2 in the 12th over after 11.1. 95 for 7, 14.3.
Well, we can call that a capitulation.
You can call it what you will. At the moment, it means that the down points and down net run rate.
Straight to the man. Just a single. Well, they need that. They need the safari. They need a miraculous engine to get them over this mountain. Not even sure the safari can help them. Could help you some.
Well, thankfully, I don't have a mountain to climb anywhere. But the Royals, yes. The Royals have got themselves into a mess.
I think they've got to look at their batting order. They've got to look to maybe get young Yashasvi Jaiswal into the 11.
Hits the ground. It's a wide. Well, they need to get Sanju Samson going. He's got to come in at 3, and he's got to be that reliable player. But I think he should be at the age of 26. He's been around for long enough.
He finds ways to get out, doesn't he? I mean, look at the way. I mean, that shot today, again. We keep talking about consistency, but that's the hallmark of top players.
You look at his record. He tends to start the IPLs very strongly and then just fades away quickly, and that's the point everyone is frustrated by, the consistency. He's probably played the innings of the tournament already. He's 100 here in the run chase against Punjab. Strike rate 135, 110 matches for 2,700 runs. A better player than almost all his stats tell you.
There's a really good chat with Mike Hussey and spoke about the batting line-up and extra strength, having Moeen coming in at 3. I think the key here for CSK to get some wins at Wankhede, which is just allows them to take confidence wherever they go, and they know they can play on the quicker, bouncier decks because they're so used to winning at Chennai. And most of the wickets fall, over half of them, in that last phase of the 20 overs. Nicely struck.
There's something else with this Chennai side. They've got captains with it all over. Just noticed, Dhoni just walked across, had a word with Bhatt. What do you think? Just got back? I think he draws on people like that. There's a lot of experience around that side too.
So the Upstocks Crit Index, something I was just saying, in Chennai, look where the dismissals fall mainly. 54% at the end, 16 to 20, where it's pretty even here in Mumbai. Wickets fall right the way through the 20 overs. So the more balanced your attack here, I suppose it's saying that you can get a roll on at certain stages. You're not relying until the final phase. But just overall, I think CSK needed to prove to themselves they can win well away from home. They're starting to achieve that. Terrific slow ball there from Bravo. Into the 16th, then it's that time at 105 for 7. Setai strategic timeout.
पता नहीं क्या जादू है कॉलेज लाइफ में जहाँ अनजाने मिलते हैं और दोस्त बन जाते हैं जिंदगी भर के कभी सोचा नहीं था यार अपना रियूनियन ऐसे पानी की शुरू किया खत्म हो सब साथ मिलके करेंगे
there for Kumar Sangakkara, that's for sure. Because he's saying to his batsman how he wants to finish these final 4 overs.
Work to do going forward for Rajasthan Royals. Batting order with Manan Vora. 3 games now, not scoring the type of runs that he would like. Dubey at 4, not paying off, not yet anyway. In trouble. 105 for 7. Simon Dool and Michael Slater, as you've heard before. 3 wickets for Moeen Ali, proving to be good with the bat, good with the ball.
Yeah, we talked about it just prior to the last commentary stint as well, as the pitch was looking like it was just starting to turn a touch and drier ball. It's been helped out by some fairly average shots, but you've still got to land the ball in the right place, put some turn on it, and apply some revolutions to the ball, and he's certainly done that. Spinners, 5 wickets between them. Along with his runs again tonight for Mo, 25 off 20 tonight.
And the master orchestrator, a brain like a computer. End of the CFR strategic timeout. 84 from 24, only 3 wickets left.
I think MS Dhoni was about to dive for this. Because it looked to me like it was high up on the glove or the bat, and then off the shoulder.
Conventional sweep not working for Rahul Tewatia.
The game can change so quickly. That's the average turn tonight. So Rajasthan Royals 2.1. That's a big difference, isn't it? There's no way last night it would have been that way round with the dew factor.
Tewatia enjoys peace on the ball. More so. And the slow many goals. Guess who? Sometimes it just seems as though he's everywhere. There's 11 of him. Dream 11 top 5 fantasy players. I think it was before the 10th over of the innings. That's since changed, with the spinners doing what they've done. Moeen Ali. That's why Moeen's name isn't there.
Well, he'll be at the top. He'll be at the top now. I'll have 1 and 2.
You are plugging your fantasy team like no other. Never seen it.
Well, can't wait to see yours, Vish.
Well, he has to. The first night he announced it, no one did anything.
I got a few points from AB de Villiers knock the other day.
He was too expensive.
I managed to get him in.
Guess who?
7.
Bhagwan ka Bhag. Watch this movie now streaming on Hotstar.
Unfortunate for Rajasthan Royals. Sam Curran. You know, I watched Jadeja fielding in that last over, and of course, just tongue-in-cheek talking about the fact that he's everywhere. He created a couple of good run-outs already. Certainly one in this tournament. Fielding is so critical. I was watching Hardik Pandya the other night against Sunrisers Hyderabad create 2 run-outs. And what came through to me was the technique that he used, how quickly he released the ball. He played one of those in the last game, Jaidev, the Mad Cat, in the similar direction.
Yeah, it just helped on its way. We see it often, don't we? It's getting a long way across. Gee, early too. See Chahar there, just watching it sail over his head. Away he goes. A little bit of something for him.
He could have gone onto the helmet there, actually. Rare error from Dhoni. Just that piece of feeling, especially this one. Look at how quickly he releases the ball. And it's partly because of where he picks it up. There was a second one that he took a bigger arm swing. Very accurate. But it's running out Warner, where he picks the ball up with the arms almost alongside the leg or just behind. So he doesn't then have to fully swing the arm back and then throw it at the stumps. Bought him enough time.
And here he is again. That's the other element though, Bish. Best fielder on the ground, and Dhoni's got him in the hot zone everywhere. If that means he has to go from deep mid-wicket to deep mid-wicket to be in the hot zone on the other side, that's what he has to do. Long on to long on if that's the hot zone. So that's why he seems to be everywhere. These are the areas that get hit.
This is his run out here, Jadeja's from the last game. Again, different technique. Loose in his last over here, Sam Curran. And some good shots from Jaidev Nutcut as well. Turning that one around the corner, finding the gap, way to the boundary for 4. Yeah, I actually picked that up from your post as well, Bishop, around the way that he threw the ball. And 2 vastly different techniques that Hardik Pandya used. One was a sort of an underarm, sidearm, really quick release, brilliant. The next run out was the overarm over the top. But it just shows the awareness of Hardik Pandya in that situation. 122 for 7, 2 to go.
Two overs left in the innings. Dwayne Bravo will bowl his 3rd over. Perhaps round the wicket and into the leg stump or into the pitch. Yeah. Because there's no one beyond the ring on the offside to the right-hander, it had to be into leg stump or middle stump at worst. Well-behaved tournament for most teams. I wish I could say the same for the commentators.
I know. This dual bloke, I tell you what. But you're 3.3.
KTM Fair Play Award. I'd be the adjudicator, I think, up here.
Should come back for a couple.
We see Bravo with the ball. I think his innings today was very positive for him and CSK as well. I haven't seen him hit the ball like that for a while. You need someone like Bravo coming in and being able to do that. He finished it off nicely. There are a lot of positives for CSK at the moment.
Yeah, the 3 innings that come to mind. Moeen was good at the top, but Ambati Raidu, Bravo, and even Sam Curran's 13 from 5. Just those little cameos at the back end.
Could be gone. Nope. Nope. Very uncharacteristic of a modern player to not be aware enough, difficult, not be aware enough to throw it in the air, step out and come back.
Well, yeah, Dooney, he's closer. He's been diving everywhere.
There's sub-fielder on, isn't it? Is that Gautam? Krishna Gautam, I think. Sub-fielder on the field.
This is where Tewatia strikes the ball, and you cast your mind back to Sharjah last year with this miraculous innings against what's now the Punjab Kings.
Well, he can't do it again, can he? Big 39 and over, slightly beyond him. That's some good striking.
Got it right this time. Safari super striker, down the ground. On the few occasions, 33 of 17 that he scooped a couple quite beautifully. 194 strike rate, brilliant from Pat Duplessis. Safely held. Getting it right up there where Tewatia couldn't get underneath it.
Comfortable for Ruturaj Gaikwad as well. Brief stay for Tewatia. It was 20. Went full, looking for that Yorker. Toe end of the bat. Gaikwad just positioned it. Extra cover, right on the ring. Couple of steps in. Comfortable catch. And Bravo picks up his first at the end of his third over. Got 3 overs, 1 for 28. It's 137 for 8.
Tackle and 4.
Yeah, one of those outside edges. Bravo was up at 45 in the ring. Oh, now he tucked around a little bit square of it, can't get there.
He hasn't been at his best to start the tournament, Shardul Thakur, so this is a good opportunity for him. He's bowling to a number 9 batsman. I know Vinod Kut is capable. He's got to get this length right. In his line, his previous game, he was a lot wide of off stump, was expensive. He's a key player in this Chennai Super Kings outfit, and even though you're cruising to a comfortable win, you want to get it right.
Yeah, you want to fine-tune your skills because there'll be games ahead, called upon to hit the mark. Right again. It's good for Chennai as well to have gotten a victory here because you're looking at Gaikwad at the top. Don't know where they will look at, how they will look at that for the next game. They very rarely change the team, and at some point during the season they'll need extra pace of Ngidi to come in at some point. I'm not sure when, but at some point Dhoni will look to get that additional pace. But everywhere man, the everywhere man. He's like a magnet. He just sucks the ball in. Yeah, that's 4.
I got 4, baby. Who are we calling? Oh, he's the Vivo perfect catcher of the match. It is a magnet, isn't it? Straight to him. Once again, brilliant. Stays on the rope. You have to stay right back on the rope here at Wankhede. And he'll just play with this a little bit with the hop. Yep, we've seen them all. 143 for 9.
Mustafizu. It's also where they're placing Jadeja on that boundary, taking 3 catches down on that big side of the ground, where CSK have used their bowlers into that big side tonight very well, eking out every advantage you can have. That's what is so beautiful about this shortest format.
There he goes. He's got the hot. Who's he calling? Is he calling?
He doesn't have to call the selectors. I think they've got his number.
Rajasthan, I wonder, gentlemen, if we could quickly surmise where they might go. Dubé at 4, Mananvora 3. We've got young Jaiswal on the bench there for the moment. 3 games in, is it early enough to talk changes?
Oh, I think Jaiswal's an investment in your future and in the back end of your tournament. Mananvora, to me, said it earlier tonight, he's had 50 innings in the IPL at the top of the order. He's got that record for mine is just doesn't warrant a spot in the side. Jaiswal, to me, is a young player with some ability, some talent. He's one that they can invest in. I'm not sure about Shivam Dubé at 4 either. I think if you're going to play David Miller, get him in at 4.
A resounding Mahendra Singh Dhoni and CSK. Not often the team batting first. I think only twice this season now the team batting first has won here at the Wankhede by 45 runs to CSK.
वो स्प्रे कलाना, वो स्प्रे यहाँ कोई मर्द नहीं, जब तक एक भी मर्द जिंदा है शहर में चुप नहीं बैठेगी वो.
क्या? Watch this movie now streaming on Hotstar.
In this competition, you may have to make a change because you move to another venue, but there is a lot of work for that man and Rajasthan Royals to find a balance. And just the confidence now, the dressing room confidence, the belief that each game you turn up that you're a red hot chance. Not sure they're thinking that right now.
For Archer, I'm sure will come back at some point. That will be a big boost when he does for Rajasthan. But for now, it's about MS Dhoni, who's led Moeen Ali and Jadeja and Sam Curran like the elder statesman that he is. Got so many senior players who are doing things early in the season for them. Brilliant.
Yeah, that sort of team, aren't they? Chennai Super Kings that find a way. Time and time again we see them do this. Perhaps they've been written off early on. Found a way tonight to bat first, put a good total on the board, which looked like it could have been a lot less at one stage, but little cameos at the back end. Raidu, Sam Curran, Moeen Ali had a decent night, Faf du Plessis a good night. The bowlers just backing it up beautifully.
Well, they've bowled well with Moeen Ali. He's the right number 3. 3 for 7 from 3. And he broke it open with Miller. Obviously got Miller. He's been a really, really good buy. So that's how it looked. Butler got himself going. And at that point, they were level pegging at about the halfway mark. And you thought, well, game on. And then they lost 5 for 8, and the game turned on its head.
Bowling figures, some really impressive ones in amongst that. Deepak Chahar bowled 3 up front. Curran was outstanding. Started with 3 overs for just 12 runs. Shardul Thakur came back nicely. Jadeja, 2 for 28 from his 4. And Bravo, 1 for 28. The standout, Moeen Ali, the back half of the innings, 3 overs, 3 for 7.
Sanju Samson, Ian Bishop, Simon Dool, Michael Slater here. Commiserations. Where did it mostly go wrong tonight?
To be honest, I think I think we lost a bit too many wickets in the middle actually to this tournament.
Did they get more run last 5 overs? I think they got 55 runs in the last 4.
Yeah, you can say that, but I think our bowlers bowled really well, but I think they were batting deep down. I think Bravo coming so down, I think one bad ball and he hit a good few shots for us actually. So I think, yes, I think maybe 10 to 15 runs extra we gave down the line actually.
And the turn was one of the things, Moeen Ali and Ravi Jadeja, that was kind of what undid you guys through the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. We never expected that. So I thought, yes, I think the dew didn't come. Actually, the ball was still turning. Actually, that was actually a bit shocking to see. Actually.
Sanju, so many folks are big fans of yours. How do you, in terms of your own, how do you kick on as leader of this team?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, as I said before, I think it's very important to maintain a good composure throughout the tournament. I think this format demands to score runs at a high risk rate. So it's very normal to get out at often, but at the same time, I keep on working on my basics and I keep on working on building up an innings and giving myself time in the centre.
Positives, and there's been a couple tonight, I know, in a losing cause. Young Sakaraya is continuing to impress.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's been doing really well. I think we also need to appreciate the guys who have done well. Definitely we have lost the match, but as you said, there are a lot of positive move on.
Sanju, thanks for your time and all the best for the rest of the games.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Sam Curran, we've got a trio up here of Simon Dool, Ian Bishop and my accents, since they all sound so similar. Assess this win for me and tell me how you feel about it.
Yeah, very good. Obviously, we started off badly against Delhi. We probably didn't adjust to the conditions that well, but I think the last 2 games we've been really smart about the way we played in terms of getting the conditions right from the word go up. It's been tough starting for our opening batters, but the way we've played through with our longish batting lineup, it's actually been quite good. Gives that guys freedom to keep playing the whole way through, and then with the ball we adjusted really well, and yeah, great win.
Yeah, Sam, I was saying in commentary, one of the big thing away from Chennai.
Yeah, exactly. I've actually never played for Chennai in Chennai, but from the chat around the group, it's obviously the wickets actually have been, the last couple of games have been quite slow. It's probably suited our attack quite nicely, which is good signs moving forward. But yeah, it's obviously great to be winning away from home and hope that will continue.
Sam, took me through those plans at the start when the ball's not swinging, looking to go more across with short third man and a catching third man as well.
Yeah, I think obviously when you're trying to defend, the batsmen are always going to come at you. So I think you almost go in a little bit of a defensive mindset in terms of you don't want to fight that ball if it's not swinging, because it ends up being a half volley, and you just got to be quite sensible and clever with your lengths. And my plan today was just a bit wider. I thought the slowies gripped a bit more with the new ball because of that harder seam. But yeah, the way our spinners bowled and obviously Jadeja's fielding was pretty exceptional.
Happy with the batting as well. I mean, it's a tough ask coming in late and just having to find boundaries. It's not quite quick enough tonight either.
Yeah, it's one of those things. We've got such a long batting lineup. You kind of, that whole middle order could bat really anywhere in the order. So it's great for us to have that freedom and confidence to keep going. And yeah, so that's the job at the end, to try and hit 6 a ball. If you get out, you get out.
Thank you very much, Sam, and congratulations to you and the team.
Thank you.
So a win for Chennai Super Kings by 45 runs. They got up to 188 for 9. Rajasthan Royals folding 143 for 9. Butler got 49. But Jadeja was very good, as well as Moeen Ali. The spinners having a big say here at the Wankhede. Chennai up there. Royal challengers Bangalore on 6 points, 3 from 3. Early in this season, early in this tournament, Vivo IPL, and there will be some changes on that board. There is no doubt. Should be an interesting few weeks coming up.
It's been a cracking start to a brand new week for MS Dhoni and his Super Kings as they took on the Rajasthan Royals at the Wankhede Stadium tonight. A win for the CSK unit, their second this season. Only the second time this season at the Wankhede, a team batting first has won the contest. And this helps CSK put 2 more points on the board and takes them to the second place on that points table. MS Dhoni will be a very happy captain this evening. Welcome to Baiju's Cricket Live. Joining us in the studio are Scott Cyrus and Brian Lara along with Anand Tyagi. We've got Sunny G also joining us at the Wankhede Stadium.
Yeah, got to be said, Brian, clinical and comprehensive and convincing from CSK, wasn't it?
Yes, most definitely. Of course, they lost the toss. They were sent. The results are like in the past with the team batting first, not great. But they went about it very professionally. They got a good total on the board. The ball did not swing, which was a bit worrying. But the fact that it also did not have dew on it, the spinners were very effective. So congratulations to Dhoni and the boys. I thought they played great cricket. They won by a large margin. And I suppose the confidence is just going to go with them from here on in.
Sunny Ji, MS Dhoni had his work cut out for him in the second innings. Sam Curran said it himself. The way he utilized his spinners, were you impressed?
Very impressed. In his 200th match as captain of CSK, he was spot on with just about everything. The bowling changes, the field placing. Look at the way he placed Jadeja. Jadeja took 4 catches, but apart from the 4 catches, look at the number of boundaries he saved. And that is so important. You've got to place the right fielder in the right position, and he had the right fielder in the right position. Then the bowling changes that he made. The moment the ball was changed after Josh Butler hit that 6 and a dry ball came in, he said in Hindi to Jadeja that this ball will turn, and the next ball turned and got Josh Butler out, and then he gave the ball to Moeen Ali, a dry ball for a spinner. So again, brilliant captaincy from MS Dhoni.
Excellent point there from Sunny G. And I know you don't understand all of the Hindi, but you've spent enough time in India, Scotty, to know exactly what was going on there between MS and Jadeja. But that's what MS Dhoni's captaincy is all about. When the surface starts helping him and his spinners, he comes into his own.
Yeah, I think we were talking about it on the select dugout. We were saying how I don't think anybody would have expected the ball to turn as much as it did in the second. We haven't seen a lot of that at this venue throughout this tournament. We're still in the early days, of course, but he read the game expertly. I think MS Dhoni deserved a victory in his 200th match through simply the brilliance he's shown over the last 12, 13 years or whatever it's been. But you can see also what it means to him. I made it this season than we've seen in the past, and he's celebrating all these little victories, and he knows how important it is for CSK to get back on the horse, so to speak, after the blip of last year.
Well, the Chennai Express is getting back on track and quickly, and some of their biggest names are starting to click, especially Ravindra Jadeja, 4 catches in the field, that magnificent celebration, and of course his bowling was great too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great all-round performance. They're very aging team. They got a lot of experienced players. We felt that they needed to make a change after their performances last year, but they stuck with quite a few of them. And what you have now is a team that's rounded into some form, which they have not seen in quite some time. So they have to be congratulated, and they are now, I think, contenders. You can look at them and say, this team has batting till 9. This team's got bowling, spin, and swing bowlers as well. They got sensible cricketers. They got international cricketers that are really good at what they do. So for me, they're a worrying factor for a lot of opposing team in this IPL 2021.
Let's focus our attention on Ravindra Jadeja. Sir Jadeja, whatever you want to call him. An all-rounder extraordinaire, Sunny G. Of course, we know what he can do with the bat and the ball, but particularly in the field. What did you make of his efforts and his swag and all the celebration that went along with it?
Well, I mean, as far as his efforts are concerned, we all know what a fantastic fielder he is. Look at the way he gets to that. That's the first catch that he took. Then this is the second catch. It was almost like catching tractors. This was easy. He's taken far more difficult than just trying to pretend that the ball was going to go over the ropes. And then 2 balls later, he's in the position again. This time he takes it safely. And then this one. Again, the timing of the jump and making sure he doesn't go over the ropes. And then he says 4 catches. And then he puts his, who is he calling? Or is he sending a message to the dugout that maybe they doubt my fielding ability or something? Call me.
All-rounders extraordinaire. I mean, they've got even their celebrations covered. But a quick word on Moeen Ali. He seemed to have the Midas touch today.
Yeah, he did, and I like his addition. I think he's a good buy as well. From the option last year, he provides that batting option, he provides the bowling option. I think it's a great addition. He will add a lot with his experience too.
Moeen Ali picking up 3 crucial wickets for Chennai Super Kings. I mean, the runs were on the board, but he still had to come up with that bowling effort, and certainly proving to be the one who ticks all the boxes. So 3 overs though, could have had a lot more, but the surface begins to help him, and he comes into his own, Brian, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And you know, what's worrying me is the fact of how come they can't perform with one franchise and they could with the next franchise. And, you know, you've seen that with Maxwell as well. So he's always an excellent cricketer. Great time of the ball with a bat in his hands. And he's a sensible cricketer. He's a good off spinner. And for me, it's just, he just fits right in. I think, I'm not sure if it's true, but he said that he's a lot more comfortable where he is today than where he was 5-6 months ago at RCB. So congratulations for a great pickup there by CSK.
Impressed with his batting as well, Scotty?
Oh, always, yeah. I mean, I like the move too because giving him in at number 3 is a bit more responsibility. And not only that, they've given him the role to say, go out and be aggressive. We spoke a lot about it last year. They had no left-handers at the top of their order. Now they've got Reiner back as well. There's the 2 of them there. That just breaks up the momentum and rhythm of the opposing captain. And he poses just a little bit more thought and danger for the opposition. So I like his move and selection at number 3.
2 wins out of 2, then 2 wins in a row now for Chennai Super Kings, and of course not to forget in his 200th game as captain. Let's hear from MS Dhoni because we're ready with the post-match presentation at the Wankhede.
45 is a huge margin in a 20-over game, and the Chennai Super Kings fans would be delighted, isn't it? All of us were. We saw a good match. The BCCI would like to thank all the sponsors of the Vivo IPL. Vivo, Tata Safari, Dream 11, Unacademy, Cred, Upstocks, Paytm and Seat Tires. Now time for the awards. The first one, the Vivo Perfect Catch of the Match Award. The winner gets a Vivo phone, a check of 1 lakh, and the award goes to the only person who could have got it because he was here, there and everywhere, Ravindra Jadeja. Take your pick. This one was for the catch of Manan Vora, according to our adjudicator, but it could have been just any of those. It seemed that every time the ball went in the air, it was only headed towards one person. We didn't even show you the saves in the field. He was magnificent. Now, the Safari Super Striker of the match. The winner gets a trophy, a check of 1 lakh. And the award goes to someone we've seen so many years turning up in yellow. It's Faf du Plessis. 33 runs in 17 balls at a strike rate of 194. Yeah, the typical Faf innings. You never knew where the ball was going to end up when it was delivered. Some straight down the ground, as you saw there. Some 180 degrees. Vintage du Plessis. So who's the Dream 11 game changer of the match? The winner gets a trophy, check of 1 lakh, and the award goes to Moeen Ali. 130 fantasy points for Moeen Ali. Contributed with the bat and with the ball. That's what makes him such a valuable player in this Chennai Super Kings side. Came in at number 3, 26 of 20 balls and then 3%. Did everything that was asked of him today, did Moeen Ali. It's the Unacademy Let's Crack It Sixes Award, a trophy once again and a check of 1 lakh. The award goes to Ambatti Raidu for hitting 3 sixes in the match. Yeah, he was in good form, Raidu Garu. Batting in a different position, batting at 5, but got going straight away and hit 3 big sixes. The Cred Power Player of the match The winner gets a trophy and a cheque of 1 lakh. He was magnificent, this time with ball, but he was pretty good with the bat as well. None other than Sam Curran. Bowled 3 on the trot today, 3 in the power play, and picked up 2 for 12. Really, what more could MS Dhoni have asked for? 2 for 12 early in the match, defending 180 odd. A fine young player is Sam Curran for CSK. Now the Upstock's most valuable asset of the match. Once again, a trophy and a cheque of 1 lakh. And once again, as you'd imagine, for his all-round role in the game, it is Moeen Ali. 31 points for Moeen Ali on the Upstock's Trig Index. As I said a little while ago, both with bat and with ball, Moeen Ali was there when MS Dhoni wanted him. Talking of MS Dhoni, here it is. Always great fun chatting with you, MS. 2 specific things I want to talk to you about in the way you handled your side. First of all, it's not always that someone gives 2 bowlers 3 overs each in the power play. Most would have thought, maybe I don't have enough resources at the end. That didn't bother you?
Well, not really. I always look at, what's the best to do at that point of time. And, both the bowlers, they knew the condition better than the one who's coming in. And also, a lot of times when you keep doing it, they are always under the pump. So they get quite used to the pressure of, bowling in the first 6 overs. And I felt Sam bowled really well. Deepak, he relied too much on the knuckle delivery and it was not really stopping a lot. So other than that, I'm very happy with how they bowled in the first 6 because it was very crucial if the opposition gets off to a flyer, be there on the field. So, I felt a good start was important.
We heard you on the stump, Mike, as soon as Butler hit that ball for 6. You were telling Jadeja, Sukha hai ghumega. How much did that change of ball affect the way you played?
No, I think even the wet ball, it was spinning a bit. I wanted him to keep bowling up. Despite, Josh was hitting the reverse sweep really well. I said, I don't really mind him playing the reverse sweep on a wicket where it's turning and it's stopping a bit. Back foot over the mid wicket, that's a bit of an easy shot. So I just wanted him to keep bowling up. It was a reiteration of the fact that if the wet ball is turning, the chances of the drier ball turning is slightly more high.
And the fact that you always carry enough resources on the field with you, suddenly had Moeen Ali to turn to.
Well, it's important to have that 6th bowler. It's not like, it's something that you need to have. If you have 5 very good bowlers, you don't need a 6th one, but it always helps. And it was good to have him. It was turning a bit today, it was stopping a bit. I felt the wicket became a bit more sticky. And, glad we scored 190. I felt we should have scored slightly more. This was one of the game, the first 6 balls that I played, that could really hurt in some other games. So that's something that we need to keep in mind, try to get as many as possible. But at the same time, keep in mind the fact, as to adapt to the condition, if their fast bowlers are getting a bit, very good chances that our spinners will get it.
I know it's early in the tournament, but CSK is starting to look like the CSK we've known over the years. There's only one change from last year, which is Moeen Ali. So what's changed in the side? You're looking like the champion side that you've been over the years.
Well, it's not only that. A lot has changed. The preparation, the way we have prepared, the way we have turned up, and we right from the start we have kept a good dressing room atmosphere. That is something that we always emphasize on. But having the resources, and also one of the fact is the bowlers have been used to the condition. A lot of them are quite happy bowling over here because they get a bit of assistance. They need to get used to the dew factor. I don't know if we'll get more dew or less dew as the tournament progresses, but that was one game, where we need I would say considerable amount of improvement, in future if we get games where toss doesn't go in our favor and there's a lot of dew.
You're looking pretty fit yourself.
Well, getting old and being fit, those are two things that's very difficult to...
Getting old is when you're my age, not when you're your age. So well done.
No, it's true, but also, when you're playing, you don't really want anyone to say, he's unfit. Performance is something that is not guaranteed. I was not guaranteeing performance when I was 24. I can't guarantee when I'm 40. They're at me saying, he's unfit. That will be a big positive for me. They run a lot. They are very fast, but, it's good to challenge them.
Well done once again. Always a pleasure to talk to you, MS. Thank you. There you are. As I said, it's always a joy talking to him. Time now for the Player of the Match award. The winner gets a trophy and a cheque of 1 lakh. Here he is. You've seen him so many times before. Once again with Moeen Ali. Right, Moin, what do I start talking to you about? Batting or bowling?
Let's start batting first.
Is there a nice Morgan? I'm available at number 3.
Not at all. I mean, the number 3 currently is the number 1 player in the world. So, and we have many other good players who can also bat 3. My job here is to try and score as many as I can for the team and get us off to good starts.
I mean, today, like you did every day, you just came in and started playing the big shots. Is that a designated role for you as the number 3? Or is it just the way you like playing?
Yeah, it's just the way I play. I think when I'm up the order, I play like that. I don't try and overhit the ball as much. But, you know, it was nice. It wasn't an easy wicket as we probably scored well in the end, but it was quite difficult actually initially.
Yeah, we're just watching your performance. We finished. I mean, while you were talking to me, we just finished showing all your shots. What pleased you more, that breezy little innings at the top, or the 3 wickets at the end?
A bit of both actually. The 3 wickets at the end. I mean, it depends on when you come on to bowl. I thought it was a fantastic time for me to come and bowl, and with 2 left-handers in, just getting out. So there's a lot of credit in that as well. But I thought as a team we played really well today, and everybody kind of contributed in their own way.
With MS as captain, do you always know when you're going to be called upon, or you say, okay, look at me, that means it's me now?
No, I have a rough idea. I mean, once the left-hander came in, and I thought I had a great chance when Just got out. But you kind of have it, and I'm always ready. I mean, whenever the captain, I try and be ready. It doesn't take much of a warm-up for myself.
I mean, obviously, it's great skill from both you and Jadeja that turned the match. Did the dry ball help, or not that much?
Yeah, of course. I mean, when I think the ball got changed and it was a bit drier, and because there was a little bit of dew, but I thought it was a good wicket for both of us to bowl. There's a spin there. As long as you try and spin it, you've always got a chance.
Well done, Moin, and look forward to lots more performances from you.
Thank you.
Right, there you go, our player of the match today, none other than Moin Ali, always there, as we keep saying, when the captain wants him. That's it from the presentation tonight.
Tomorrow is a brand new day at the Vivo IPL 2021, and we focus our attention to the M.A. Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai, where the Delhi Capitals take on the reigning champions Rohit Sharma's Mumbai Indians. You can catch live match coverage starting 6 p.m. only on the Star Sports Network on Byju's Cricket Live. But today, if you're a CSK fan, it is a time for celebrations, because the Chennai Super Kings, under the leadership of Mahendra Singh Dhoni, have won their first ever game at the Wankhede, batting first, and this is how they did it in spectacular fashion.
Yeah, asked to bat first, 188 for 9 is what they got. Faf du Plessis 33, the highest scorer for them. But picking up 3 wickets. In reply, Rajasthan Royals folded up like a pack of cards after Josh Butler scored 49. So 45-run win for CSK, and convincing one at that. Let's just recap some of the top moments from the game in our fruity top stories.
The comeback is on. The Super Kings have 2 wins in a row after Sam Curran and the CSK spinners trigger a royal collapse in Mumbai.
A resounding victory for Mahendra Singh Dhoni and CSK.
MS Dhoni takes a while to get going before striking a couple of boundaries. But just when CSK fans would have hoped for more from their Tale, Dhoni falls for 18 of 17 balls to 23-year-old Chetan Sakaria. Sanju Samson falls for just 1 run against the Super Kings in Mumbai after a sensational 100 in his season opener. Sanju Samson has been out for 2 low scores.
So 2 wins on the trot for the Chennai Super Kings under the leadership of Tala Dhoni. He said it himself in that interview. He's had some time to plan things. His approach is different. Do this unit of the Chennai Super Kings look like they have what it takes to go all the way?
Of course it does, and I don't think they should be asking for too much effort from Dhoni with the bat. Of course, he's got the glove in his hands, he's got to take the catches, he's got to execute the stumpings. But I find that with that long batting order, Dhoni could sort of take a rest. We want him in form. We know how destructive he could be, but he's got so much good players. You look at Sam Curran, just came out there, second ball, bam, over point for 6. So I think that they've got a great unit. They've got a great leader, very inspirational. If he concentrates on that aspect of it and getting every single individual performing, I believe, they can definitely go all the way.
Had some experienced heads in there as well, as we just saw with Faf du Plessis and Suresh Raina and the likes. But you were shaking your head, Scotty, when Brian said these guys could actually go all the way. Let's focus on MS Dhoni, the batsman, though. Came in at this number 7, coming in at number 7 for CSK. But looked athletic, looked agile, looked desperate. it sometimes and showed intent as well with the bat, did he?
Look, he's a very good athlete. There's no question about that. So that's part of the game that will age well for him. Father Time is undefeated. He does catch up with everybody. He's still a very, very good batsman, still a handy player for the side. He's still an important and integral member of the batting unit. But as an overall, you mentioned that. Yeah, I'm not convinced yet by CSK. I think they need to play some of the better sides to get a gauge of where they're sitting. They've played. Rajasthan's probably the one team that's below everybody else, so I would have expected them to. There's no question about that. They could get there. I'm not seeing it, but MS Dhoni will come good as the tournament goes on, as he gets a bit more match fit.
Tonight's contest saw the toughest 20 go up against a young new captain, Sanju Samson. He spoke about delivering and how he would deliver on consistency, but that test, he seemed to fail today.
Well, I have a problem with Sanju Samson. I mean, a very early interview where he said, see ball, hit ball. I play one way, I'm going to back myself. I know that I'm going to fail on occasions, but I'm going to back myself. Well, captain of a franchise, and they have a little bit more responsibility and show that he's not just a normal player in the team. So a lot of the young players can be looking at their captain to see how he performs. I would like him to have a different look on things. Maybe take that statement back and try to readdress it and see if he can come back out with to go back into their think tank and play a different type of cricket if they want to come out of the situation that they're in at present.
And maybe not look to go all guns blazing straight away. We were expecting some big hits today because we were at 6 innings central at the Wankhede the last time these two sides met. It was in Sharjah. I think 133 sixes is what we got. This time we didn't get so many, but we still got a Yippee Noodle's longest 6. And it came from Joss Butler's bat. This is actually the moment Sunny G describes the moment when the ball had to be changed. But what about that for a hit?
Oh, it's incredible. And he was the man who was going to win or lose this game. It was all on his back, even with Sanju Samson in the side. If they had Ben Stokes and Jofra Archer, that'd be a really, really good solid unit. But those are two big holes to fill. And Joss Butler, as good as he is, and he is amazing, I think he's as good a hitter as anybody in the world. That is a lot of pressure on him at the top to do the damage. He was pretty good today, getting through to 49, but he needed to turn it into 99 or 149 for them to get up.
Alrighty, then the Rajasthan Royals have a few things to think about. They have to go back to that drawing board. But it's a break here on Byju's Cricket Live. We'll see you on the other side. Don't go anywhere.
सॉरी असली है आपकी कृपा है हम पर वरना बताओ जंगल में पैसों वाला बैग हमको क्यों मिलता
नहीं गिरा आइस के खटारस में किक मार मार के एकदम पैर टूट जाएगा इसमें आई तू वॉशिंग मशीन ले दे ये हमारा पैसा नहीं है पैसा नहीं होगा क्या गुपचुप साहब क्या छुपा रहे थे
छप्पड़ फाड़ के नाउ स्ट्रीमिंग ऑन हॉटस्टार। कानपुर सरफिरों का शहर है। अब बात चली है तो किस्सा सुनाता हूँ।
कानपुर की नंबर 1 लव स्टोरी तुम्हारे साथ ही बनाएंगे। Will you be my best half?
सपनों के शहर तो भाई कई मिल जाएंगे और टूटे हुए सपनों का कॉपीराइट सिर्फ कानपुर के पास है।
हम उसको शादी के लिए प्रॉमिस कर चुके हैं। क्या साले हम पे केस चल रहा है और तुम कानपुर में आलिया भट्ट खोज रहे हो। यही कानपुर में बैठे बैठे हमारी जन्म पत्री लिख दो आप।
तो फिर अपने टूटे सपनों को कैसे रिपेयर करेंगे ये कानपुरिये?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have lots and lots of fun.
सॉरी, आप कौन?
सर किटी कटारिया, क्लाइंट रिलेशन एग्जीक्यूटिव। आपने इंटरव्यू लिया था मेरा।
मैं तुम्हारे बच्चों का बाप बनना चाहता हूँ। प्रॉब्लम क्या है? मतलब छत के बाद थोड़े ज्यादा है, पर तुम कहो तुम।
नया स्टाफ, नया लाभ। Hotstar Specials presents The Office Season 2, now streaming on Hotstar.
Tune in to Saga Hits for a Punjabi blockbuster movie every day at 8:30 p.m. Sunday at Sunday night. Comedy, action, drama. Watch Punjabi super hit movies.
Welcome back to Byju's Cricket Live. Chennai Super Kings under MS Dhoni were in action today against the first-time finalists Rajasthan Royals. 5 versus 4 in action, looking to go second, and that's where Chennai Super Kings now find themselves. Rajasthan going a place down now to 6. But of course, tomorrow Delhi and Mumbai will be in action, looking to go right to the top of that points table.
Mahendra Singh Dhoni and his Chennai Super Kings were looking to get their campaign back on track, and things look like they are on their way back. But when you talk about Mahendra Singh Dhoni, the captain, 2 wins on the trot for him, would you like to see him change anything when it comes to his captaincy, or does he have all bases covered?
I think he's got all bases covered. As Scotty said, I think what he needs to see them play against better teams and perform in the same manner. They can fall right back. And when they come up against the Mumbai Indians and the Delhi Capitals, but if they can consistently play like they are, I think they can upset a few of them. And the most important thing, a lot of these guys, speaking to them, they just want to get into the top 4 and work from there. And I think that will be CSK's first aim, to get into that top 4, the end of this 2 rounds of cricket, and get into that knockout stages and perform really well. So, I'm backing them. I think they played really good cricket.
Perfect end to what was the 200th game as captain for Chennai Super Kings. MS Dhoni, 45 runs, convincing, clinical and comprehensive. The men in yellow, I'm sure the whistle photo army somewhere watching this must be smiling. But the action shifts to MI versus Delhi Capitals tomorrow. I'm not going to ask Sanjana for her prediction. So, Scotty, who's coming out on top tomorrow?
Look, I think it's going to be Mumbai for one simple reason, that Delhi have been playing at the Wankhede on a far better batting surface than what we will see in Chennai. That change of pace and the way that you can't simply hit through the line of the ball. Mumbai have been down there. They've played all their games. They know that ground and the way it's been playing over the last 10 days of the tournament. So I think by the time the game starts, there is that advantage for Mumbai. Delhi will need to play well. They're a little undermanned as well. They're not at full strength. So I think Mumbai definitely go in as favourites.
Right.
Yeah, I think Indians in Chepak, they're actually just sort of getting these victories. They're playing, thinking cricket, getting themselves home. So all the other teams, performance-wise, talent-wise, is getting them home. You've got Shekhar Dhawan and Prithvi Shaw scoring runs. But you look at Mumbai at Chepak, they are now getting accustomed to the conditions and they're getting the victory. So I have them just slightly ahead of Delhi at the end of play tomorrow.
Both these gentlemen picking Mumbai Indians then. Sanjana's trying her best to hide that smile. Bye, Jules Crickland. That's all we have for you today. Chennai Super Kings convincingly winning by 45 runs. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Until then, it's goodbye.
It's the 2 teams from the north, the Delhi Capitals taking on the Punjab Kings. Right at the toss, Rishabh Pant won the toss and he has decided to bowl first. So Punjab will be batting. KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal. He's got a bit of form to reverse. Chris Wokes. That's a real thank you ball, really, from Chris Wokes. Well, not an auspicious start. Just give a little bit of width to KL Rahul. Toe of the hand. Once again, there was the angle and he went through with the shot. Steve Smith was, backward point almost. Deepish gully, if you want to call it that, but could hold on. Not quite. Oh, misfield again.
And now it's compounded by a no ball.
And this time he can just take his left foot out of the line, slog back down. More runs. This is such wonderful timing. And as a result, when the ball goes even to a traditional long leg, it will be 4. Oh, this got finer.
And the minute he tries to get it straighter, it's too much on that leg stump.
That'll go all the way. Hit firmly. Uses the pace. There was just a little bit of width there. And the gap. That one should go the distance. That is a rank delivery from Lalit.
Right, straight down the ground and long enough for 6. Oh, might have stopped it. They'll come back for 2. No, it's 4.
Agarwal just getting his 50 there, punter.
Right, Kakishore Rabada bowled a very good first over, but he's been greeted with a little bit of disrespect for a player of his standard. Mayank Agarwal got to his 50 in the previous over, is in cracking form here. Oh, another one. Mayank Agarwal, welcome to the IPL.
There we go again.
Oh, well, and to think that it might have produced a wicket, such was the audacity of the shot.
Wide width on offer, man underneath it, should take the catch. Shikhar Dhawan is having a field day in the field this IPL. And Meriwala, that'll be a huge sense of relief for him.
It's good planning. Very good innings of 69, 122 for 1.
Strike rate of 150, heading towards 5,000 runs in the Vivo IPL.
Easy catch.
50 for the birthday boy KL Rahul today.
It's up there and it's gone. It's down. Marcus Stoinis is the man who's put it down. Cracked away. Full toss outside off stump. It's a gift. He lofts him over mid-wicket, straight to mid-wicket. Stoinis takes the catch, and KL Rahul is gone, one short of 5,000 runs.
And the end of the Punjab Kings skipper, KL Rahul, goes for 61. It's 141 for 2.
Oh, he's got hold of this, and it flies into the Punjab dugout.
As it turns out, Gale has hit his first maximum. He sliced this one as well. It's only gone to the edge of the circle. And that's it today for Chris Gale.
Beautifully bowled. Pace off from Chris Wokes. Really good delivery. Deceived Gale completely. All he's managed to do with that slice again is pop it straight up in the air.
And there he goes. Chris Gale for 11. 158 for 3 now.
About Nicholas Pooran. He's got the international dialing code at the moment.
Pooran's latched onto the slow delivery very, very quickly. Oh, beautiful. Right to the fielder there. It is taken, and it's taken easily by Rabada.
He's charged in there, Rabada. It's hit him a little bit harder than initially he thought, but good bowling.
Pooran, he's had some tough rolls, hasn't he, coming in late. It's 179 for 4.
Shah Rukh Khan, strike rate of 133.
Oh, that's cracked. That has gone so fast to the boundary. 4. Well, Shah Rukh Khan.
An academy cracking 6.
They won't get it. 195 is a substantial score. 16 came off that last over. The Delhi Capitals finished with 195 of the Punjab Kings, rather, meaning Delhi Capitals need 196 to get a 9.8 and over. Strike rate 142. When he gets going, he scores very quickly.
Shikhar Dhawan, 100 runs last year in the IPL. Strike rate of 127. He's over 5,200 runs.
No, he doesn't have support there, and he's just offered a freebie.
One bounce, I think it was, just inside the boundary. Look up.
Squares him up beautifully. Right, how's that for a shot now? Well, third man, but this is a gorgeous shot. Mid-off was inside the circle, so it's really a bit of a free hit. And he does where the fielder was, not where the fielder is. And he'll find the gap at the moment. Well, there you are. Oh, that is something else. This young man is special.
And that'll run away. Unlucky. It goes one bounce boundary. You just cannot stop those. And you can't chase them down. Look at that. It accelerates to the fence. Here we go. Chris Gale is under it. They need the wicket. They've got the wicket. And it's Prithvi Shaw. They needed something to slow things down, particularly the man who was going so hard.
Shaw is gone for 32, 59 for 1.
Oh, he's hit that. Back through the bowler.
We get a few more like these, keep them going. Even though that's gone for 4, still produce a fall shot. Yeah, it needed the big man to come down pretty quickly, but it's a little too far away for Chris Gale. Well played, Shikhar Dhawan. Really well played. 50 of 31 balls. So both openers have gone at a pretty rapid rate. Shaw 32 of 17, now Shikhar 50 of 31. That's exactly what the Delhi Capitals needed in that run chase. And then you play shots like those. Shot. There are 2 fielders at the boundary, by the way. Oh dear, Steve Smith. He really was cutting a tree there.
It's not a great innings, is it? he struggled all the way through. There's Steve Smith. Steve Smith goes for 9, 107 for 2.
Rishabh Pant comes in. Always exciting when he comes into bat. Right, he's put that in the gap. Oh, shot. He's charged a mighty fine bowler and deposited him into the stands. Brilliant. Brilliant. Now he goes through the offside.
Doesn't matter whether it's a slow ball.
Now is it carried? I think it fell short. It's just that kind of day. He's gone 4 wides, edged, doesn't carry. Right. What a good shot. Oh, was on the stumps. It's a shot that's brought him so many runs, and he thought he had that covered, but he hadn't. The ball came just 107 kilometers an hour. What a breakthrough this is.
Well, it's one move too many. And more often than not, it comes. His invention. Jai Richardson, what it means to him. So another classy, dazzling innings of 92 from 49, 152 for 3.
He goes straight. He always goes straight nicely. Oh, it's a poor toss. He's going to look out. It's going to be run out. It's caught him. He's looking at the height. That's why he stood there.
Okay,
It is above the waist. I'm going back to the on-field umpire. It is no ball.
Well, it is above the waist, according to the TV umpire.
Has he got the leg? Oh, it is hurt. It is hurt the Kings. So now 22 from 21. And he's going to go dead straight again. It's going to find the boundary rope. He can get the wicket, the first ball. Did it slip out? No, he's claiming it. He's claiming it. Comes in, slips out, goes down, comes out, goes over the shoulder. There. Oh, it goes up again. He comes with the right hand. Oh, yes. Was that fourth or fifth grab? So he's gone with it for the first ball of Jai Richardson's last at 180 for 4 now. He's gone that side again. He's gone through the legs of Paul Rifle. 4. They're nearly there. And that'll be it. Stoinis has been the finisher. Middle order, he finds some touch. And the Delhi Capitals, they had won 1, lost 1, and now they're back in the win chase. It's the second best here at Wankhede ever. So overall, I'm just going to go down to Shikhar Dhawan. 92 from 49. It was an outstanding run chase, and they had a few balls remaining as well. They win by 6 wickets, the Delhi Capitals.
There's a little look at today's matchup. Royal Challenge Knight Riders. Well, as the time held his position in the air, so Virat Kohli got his wish. He won the toss, he chose to bat.
Virat Kohli, magnificent. Talking about the physical aspects of the game, there's none better than Virat Kohli. Opening up today with Devdutt Padigal, who's looking forward to a good IPL. He's only had the one innings so far.
This is Harbhajan Singh. But down he comes and gets an edge, and away it rushes for 4. We had one of those yesterday in a free hit where the bowler won it morally but lost it physically. And it's all right. Oh, no, it isn't. No! Oh, what a catch! What a catch! What a stop! Oh, yes! Chakravarti, the hero.
And Virat Kohli, he's out for 5.
Rajat Patidar is joining the RCB. So played in the first game. On him! What a start this is by KKR.
Not a lot of turn, not a lot of hold. It's coming back in, if anything, and what a great start. Chakravarti in the game. RCB getting flooded with wickets, something that hasn't happened to them. Padigar gone for 1, and it's 9 for 2.
Shot, Glenn Maxwell got away from the ball, really committed to the shot, gave himself room to throw arms and hands at it.
Oh, the old French one. Take 4 and be happy. Oh, got out the rescue club here. Unacademy cracking set from Maxi. Nah, it's through. Here's 4 more. Oh, Glenn Maxwell. Have some of that and choke on this one. Shaki. Yeah. Good start, Maxi. Here's 4 more. And
Ooh! Oh, it's at the top of the advertising.
That's a good shot. Good 50 by Glenn Maxwell. It comes with the least glamorous of all the strokes he's just played, but he's right at the top of his game. 78 for 2. And that's beaten the man at point and beaten the man at third man too.
Partnership now starting to get some smiles on both faces.
And he's thumped it over. This is a shot that few play with quite the consistency that he does. High, and should be caught, has to be caught, and it's caught. And finally, Padigal's not torturous innings, but difficult innings comes to an end. He did a good job for Maxwell, with who's coming out next.
Gone for 25, it's 95 for 3. Such a dangerous player. Already in this IPL, he's made impact.
Smart, exceptionally smart work from Glenn Maxwell.
And that's the offside. Not necessarily out of the middle of the bat, but exactly what RCB wanted.
And what a shot that is. Oh my word. Oh my word. Where did that come from? That's on the gap. Don't bother running, Breras. Now this time it's gone through mid-wicket.
That's straight up. Really has to be caught. Yeah, comfortable catch. Well, it's very important to get Maxwell at this stage, with 3 overs to go after this one. It's a superb innings that comes to an end. Credit to Pat Cummins, who held on to him in that over. 78 from Maxwell, brilliant. 148 for 4. Carl Jameson is out there to join A.B. de Villiers. He pumps it into a black sack in the stands. A-B, boundary. Oh, brilliant. Very few have the wherewithal for that, but he's one of them. Will he come back for 2? He won't have to. And now he thrashes one down the ground and through the hands of Pat Cummins at long off. There's a 50 to Sabre, and what a it is at his very best. And now he's just thrashed him down the ground with immense confidence. Oh, Nadala, this is the cream of cricket. $200 on the board now, 200. Last ball of the innings, and is just, it's like a bullet out of a gun, really. It's a beautiful way to finish it with a beautiful stroke that skims its way for 4.
Stand up and salute A.B. de Villiers. Well played.
Well, the last 5 overs yielded 70 runs, of which A.B. de Villiers made 55. That is a dominant performance.
So, 205 and 120 delivery.